Hey, it's your Wisconsin Wine Guy. We are back with another wine review and still keeping with that theme coming out of the summer with the mini wines. The minis are coming. You know, I just like doing that actually. But that being said, can't go wrong with small bottles of wine. This is going to be the 375 size. Smaller than that is going to be 187 or splits, is what we call them in the industry. And I want to bring those wines to you. There's a lot of wine out there, many ways to drink these wines that are out there on the market. And sometimes you can't finish a full bottle of wine, or sometimes you just want to have, just a small bottle just for yourself, maybe you and a friend. One glass and then you're done, right? So that's where the mini bottles come in at, or the 375s, half size of a 750, and then the 187s is just one pour. Okay, small, 187 or 200 mils. So now, for those who are new, these are wines that possibly you can find where you shop for wine: liquor store, grocery store, wine shop. I go through and make a selection of wines and give them a taste and let you know what I think of these wines, my personal opinion. But I do this with my infamous thumb rating system. Thumbs up says I can recommend that wine. It's a pretty solid wine. You can't go wrong with it. Give it a try. Good value. 3/4. I would share this with my friends. I would bring it to a party. In fact, I had it at a party. That's why I bought it. All right, halfway. There was something about that wine that was off for my palate. Doesn't make it a bad wine, and I'll tell you what made it off for my palate. But you give it a try, and then let the rest of us know. Thumbs down, always an easy one, right? Right. Okay. Now you already saw the title of this, or the name of this wine, this label. Do you recognize this label from somewhere? If you do, write down in the comments. So I tell you, I happened to be inside of Target stores. We all know Target stores, or if you're French, Target, the little gag joke, we call it Target, the French store, but the Target store. And I was doing some shopping there, and I decided to take a stroll through the wine section, see what they have. And then I saw a bunch of their mini bottles, and I thought, you know what, this fits into my theme. And then I happened to notice these wines. Journey and Discovery is the line of wines, I should say. And they're sold, I believe, exclusively at Target, because I've never seen them anywhere other than Target. So I figured, let me check them out. They do. The ones they had at my Target was Pinot Grigio, the Rosé, the Pinot Grigio out of Italy, the Rosé here's coming from Italy. We'll talk about that. They had a Cabernet coming from Spain, from La Mancha region, and they also had a Rosé coming from France, and then they had a red blend coming out of Portugal. So I picked up a couple of these, and we'll give it to you one at a time here. So today we're going to be focusing on the Sangiovese. It's going to be a blend of Sangiovese and Merlot. So it looks like about 51% Sangiovese, Italian red grape, and 49% Merlot coming out of Italy. So this is, we're going to give this a try. From the information I can find, the importer is like Flying Blue Imports, and they work with wineries throughout Europe to create these wines. They have a bunch of wines on their labels underneath their brand, their name, I should say. And I'll make sure I put a link to that so you can check out and see what they have. Maybe you can find their wines. So this is coming in at 12% alcohol. Again, as I said, it's coming out of Italy. They're negotiating, so they work with a winery in Italy to create this wine with Sangiovese, 51%, and 49% Merlot. Retail price, $3.99. Nothing to lose. Plenty to gain, but nothing to lose at $3.99, right? Right, so we can give it a try. Screw cap. I find that, and it's economical, I'm sure, that a lot of the smaller size bottles are in screw cap, as opposed to doing cork. Imagine the expense in trying to do a cork for these small bottles of wine, right? So it's economically speaking proper. Just put a screw cap on it. And you know how I feel about screw caps. Look, I can smell that wine. If it's bad, that means it went into the bottle that way, if it's a screw cap, right? Okay. So now, here's what I look for when it comes to rosé. Look at this rosé. It is a lighter colored rosé. More along the lines of like a rosé from Provence, that kind of light pinkish salmon pink type of color, but very light, so fleshy looking, so I like that. But what I look for in a rosé is I want the feeling of drinking a white wine and a red wine without the red wine feel, right? I want crispness. I want refreshing, I want fruit. But I want to know that if it's made from red grapes, I want to taste those red grape elements as well, right? Okay, so two-step process. First step, always acidity. I mean, especially in a rosé. If there's no acidity, then what is the point, right? We're going to find out also if this is a dry rosé or a sweet or an off-dry rosé. We're going to check it out. $3.99. What do you got to lose, right? Right, so here we go with that rinse. You already saw the color. I mean, it's a beautiful looking wine in a glass, for real. It totally puts me in mind of the rosés from Provence, the Provence region. Wow, love it. Oh, wow, on the nose, good sign. Ooh. On the nose, you pick up some red fruit elements, citrus, and I'm going to put in some white peach. Okay, so you pick up those elements, so it's like, wow, it's making my mouth water. I haven't even tasted it yet. So I love the nose in this. You just ripe fruit. So you get that kind of cherry nose. You don't come from the Sangiovese. You may pick up something from the Merlot. But when it comes to Merlot, I'm looking for the plum. All right? Okay, well, we'll see what it tastes. But you definitely get those cherry notes coming from both probably the Merlot and the Sangiovese. You could say tart cherry, which we get with that citrus notes. So here we go for the rinse. Okay. Fantastic acidity. This will be dry on the finish. It has that ripe tart fruit taste to it. Wow, nice. But nice and fruity. Finish is clean, feels great on my palate. Let's say 12% alcohol. I mean, so far just the taste, I mean, that's pretty nice. And I gave a little bit more away. I'm just tasting for acidity, but it's like, wow, it impressed me. $3.99, who'd have thought? Here we go. Now for the taste. Let's get an overall feel here. All right, so if you're looking for something, wow. If you're looking for a rosé, sometimes you have those dark colored rosés, and if you're looking for a rosé, it's going to be have a really intense density of fruit character to it. This isn't it. But what you get is a form of elegance. Very light, very easy to drink. For me, great for all year long. Rosés are just not for the summer, for the spring. Rosé is all year long. So for me, it drinks really nice. It's very light and elegant. They're just like drinking a rosé from Provence, to me. So I think they did an excellent job with this on that part. But again, fruit and balance and taste on my palate, I thought that was really nice. Wow, I'm liking it. So, here we go. The Wisconsin wine guy. Finish is going to be medium, but again, elegant. Wisconsin wine guy gives the Journey and Discovery Merlot, Sangiovese Merlot. Is this vintage? And this is non-vintage. Okay, so it's non-vintage. I'm going to give this a thumbs up. I think it's a pretty solid rosé. Just a very nice, easy drinking, light, very light, crisp, drinking type of rosé. I enjoy it. I like rosé. I get both best of both worlds. I do get that white wine feel, but then I do get those notes of red fruit in the taste. Finish is medium. I can still taste it even before I took that sip. So, thumbs up. $3.99. As far as I know, again, you can only get this at Target. There you have it. Wisconsin wine guy saying to you, as always, let your palate be the guide selecting your wine. I'm going to dig this. This is a good drinking wine, for an evening at home. So I'll see you next time. Ciao.